Welcome back. Some homeowners on Manasota Key that have seen a stretch of the beach disappear from right under their homes are now getting some help from Sarasota County.
The county will now assess the damage and help residents begin to shore up their properties. But as ABC7's Christopher Bradley shows us, it's just a temporary fix.
As the erosion on Manasota Key worsens, the danger rises for many residents. But a sigh of relief may be on the way.
The commissioners were extremely receptive to the plight that our neighbors had.
Charles Miller lives on Manasota Key. At a commission meeting on Tuesday, he asked for help and he got it.
Dealing with the sandbags that the county administrator just provided, it's temporary up to 1 year.
The county will help work with homeowners to bring in sandbags to shore up their properties. It's not a long-term fix, but it'll do for now.
We would have more time to have a more definitive permit, whether there's revetments or whether we can get behind a program of total renourishment. At
Tuesday's meeting, Commissioner Christine Robinson asked the board to begin thinking about a long-term solution, perhaps renourishing the beach, which would be the only way to solve Betty Gothrop's problem. Her house is falling in.
I may have to move. This is definite structural damage to the pilings that hold the house up.
But even shoring up Miss Gothrop's house could be put on the back burner because this beach is prime for turtle nests. When we were out looking at the beach last week, there were no nest markers. A few days later, they're everywhere.
It could cause us a hurdle if those nests, if they do not have any eggs, stand in the way of the sandbagging operations.
We did speak to someone from the Sea Turtle Patrol who told us they can't say for sure if there are eggs in those nests. They did tell us it's possible they could have been mismarked. Back to you.
Christopher, thank you. In Manatee County, the results of a 2-year flooding study are back. The city of Bradenton identified areas that are most prone to flooding and how the city responded to storms. They're hoping to get feedback now from residents on the accuracy of the study and if there were any areas that were missed. The city will then use the results to help find solutions to put in the 10 to 15-year capital improvement plan to eliminate flooding. City officials will present the results at a meeting tomorrow night at City Hall. That begins at 6 p.m.
For many who are struggling to make ends meet, public housing can be a godsend. It provides reduced and in some cases free housing. But what happens when the home being provided falls below the normal living standard? In ABC7's exclusive investigative report, Arbobeth Yates goes into a public housing home and exposes these deplorable conditions one family is having to endure.
If it was a low-income place that they will put me in that don't have the mold, that would be very great. But right now, I feel like I'm stuck here, me and my kids.
Some say the issue is a lot more complicated than just removing the mold. Coming up on ABC7 News at 7, the battle for good and quality public housing.
A post office that has been a staple in one Sarasota community for decades is now shut down, possibly for good. The Pinecraft Post Office closed unexpectedly on Friday. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us now with how it's affecting the community there. Rick?
Yes, Scott, this post office is part of Sarasota's Amish community. Its closing has confused and upset a lot of folks.
I'm bummed. I come here all the time. It's so convenient and they're so nice.
That's how Kathy Martin and many others reacted on Tuesday when they arrived at the Pinecraft Post Office in Sarasota, only to find it closed.
Terrible. It's a very good convenience for people in our neighborhood.
The U.S. Postal Service tells us this post office closed on Friday after the contract expired following the recent deaths of the elderly owner and his wife. It's a building that is more than a post office in the heart of Sarasota's Amish community. It's a place where people post their business cards, personal notes, and announcements. Some folks that we talked with say this closing will be especially difficult for the Amish and Mennonites.
They'd have to take a bicycle, but that's, not very convenient for them to have to travel either to Fruitville or to Siesta Drive to get their mail every day.
For the time being, for folks who come to this post office, the bulletin board announcements will remain. As for the fate of this post office, that is yet to be determined. Lane is a Sarasota resident who uses this post office frequently because of the convenience. He even receives his mail at a P.O. box that he has at this location.
Hopefully the post office can take proper steps in reopening the post office soon.
Postal officials say they are working on finding someone to take over this post office. It's not known if and when it will reopen. And some folks tell us they may start a group in the fight to help keep this post office open. Back to you.
Thank you, Rick. Attention all kids who live in Sarasota County. Your help is needed to design the perfect playground. Sarasota County Parks and Natural Resources is holding a workshop for children ages 6 and up to share what they would like to see at a fun playground. And kids know best, right? The county wants to use some of the kids' ideas to help build this new playground on US 41 and Taylor Ranch Trail. All kids who go to the workshop will get to make arts and crafts. They will receive a certificate and some snacks. It will be held at Woodmere Park in Venice this Saturday at 10 a.m. And you may need some sunscreen for that. It's going to be a little warm, but it should be fun.
What an opportunity for a kid to be able to design a future
And they
playground.
know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not playing on the playground, so they know exactly what's going to be the best and most fun parts. So.
I love this. Yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
All right, over to Bob now to find out more on our hot and muggy weather now. Bob?
Yeah, that morning looks to be okay. We're looking for showers and storms later on in the day, though, it looks like. As we move into the weekend, we are looking at more moisture coming our way. All this moisture kind of working its way around the area of high pressure, which is situated here, and that's going to supply us with a return to that tropical air. We enjoyed so nice weather over the past couple of days because of that drier air in place. But now, showers and storms have been popping up here and there. They haven't been lasting all that long. And you can see the bigger storms are east of I-75, although we had a pretty good downpour right at the airport right around 3 o'clock this afternoon. That worked its way through parts of Bayshore Gardens and eventually through El Conquistador and then Anna Maria Island. Not much left with that cell. Other cells are still pretty strong east of I-75, and just some light rain lingering now just to the east of Anna Maria Island. That was a bigger storm just about a half hour ago. And then more storms developing to the east and southeast of our region. So we can anticipate a few evening showers in the forecast, but I wouldn't cancel your plans. More on the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. In the wake of the Orlando mass shooting, Georgia Congressman John Lewis leading a sit-in on the House floor today to push Republicans to address gun violence. The move follows a long string of failed attempts at enacting tighter curbs on firearms in the United States. Democrats have taken the House floor hostage.
We're calling on the leadership of the House to bring common sense gun control legislation to the House floor. Give us a vote. Let us vote.
In a sensational protest, Democrats interrupt Republicans, declaring they will sit in on the House floor until Speaker Paul Ryan allows a vote on gun control. Republicans attempting to call the House back to order.
The chair finds that the House is currently not in a state of order due to the presence of members in the well who are not recognized.
Pushing for a bipartisan amendment that would extend background checks and block gun purchases for those already on a terror watch list before members leave for the 4th of July break.
Provide us with the simple dignity that every American is calling for, a vote.
The move comes just days after all 4 gun amendments failed in the Senate, despite mounting pressure following the Orlando nightclub massacre.
They feel like the mood of the country is with them at this moment. So they're going to do anything they can to bring these gun votes forward in the House of Representatives, even if that means grinding business to a halt.
The Republican chair adjourning the session, pulling the C-SPAN video and audio feed as that signal then went to black. We don't know how long this protest will last, but Democrats are looking forward to guns being a critical voting issue in November.
One Republican candidate for Congress is supporting the Second Amendment with something very controversial by holding a contest for a free gun. Greg Evers announced he is giving away a semi-automatic rifle. The custom-built AR-15 is similar to the design, the one used by the Orlando gunman Omar Mateen. Evers made the announcement on his Facebook page. Facebook took the post down, but entries have been saved and the contest is still on. Evers says it's important that everyone protect themselves with the right to bear arms following the mass shooting in Orlando. And speaking of, a memorial at that Orlando nightclub where 49 people lost their lives and 53 more were injured continues to grow. The memorial sits on the sidewalk in front of the Pulse nightclub. Hundreds have been gathering there daily to cry and remember those who lost their lives when a gunman opened fire inside the club as it was closing on June 12th. Others are having a harder time. One person lost 2 friends in the shooting and another is still in critical condition.
I can't even look in there. Like, people are peeking in. I don't feel like peeking in. That breaks my heart.
Former NFL quarterback Tim Tebow visited his former high school football teammate who was wounded in the shooting. Rodney Sumter was a bartender at the club, and he was shot 3 times. He was also visited by Tampa Bay Buccaneer quarterback Jameis Winston and Governor Rick Scott.
Well, still to come in your Suncoast News, concerns of the Zika virus continue to grow.
How upcoming research plans could help identify the virus in women, including those who are asymptomatic.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Hey, I'm really glad that you're taking a few moments to check out this video about the ministry of First Sarasota, Downtown Baptist Church. I'm William Hill, lead pastor here at First Sarasota. For the last 15 years, it's been my privilege to share in the life of this faith community, a community that centers itself around faith, friends, and family. Indeed, it is a ministry that's been in existence right here in this wonderful city for over a century.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150, Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on-site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. Sarasota.Ford.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida. It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month, complimentary maintenance included, at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Another athlete is pulling out of this summer's Olympic Games in Brazil because of concerns over the Zika virus.
Pro golfer Rory McIlroy releasing a statement saying he was protecting his health and that of his family. He said that even though the risk of infection is considered low, it's still a risk that he doesn't want to take. McIlroy is one of several high-profile golfers to pull out of the Summer Games, and more may follow.
Pregnant women are among those most concerned about the many unanswered questions surrounding the Zika virus. ABC 7's Alex Redmond has more information about some upcoming research.
Just identifying what the symptoms are, red eyes, rash,
what we call myalgias, but tenderness of the joints, and also just identifying to them whether they're in a high-risk group or a low-risk group.
Dr. Kellyanne Shad-Hartman, known as Dr. Cash, says empowering pregnant patients with information helps calm Zika fears. World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention both acknowledge that Zika causes birth defects, including microcephaly, resulting in babies born with small, deformed heads. And there are 60 countries affected by Zika, according to the World Health Organization. But experts also predict local outbreaks in the U.S. As the Zika virus continues to grow throughout the United States, there are now plans of a study to follow 10,000 pregnant women who are infected with the Zika virus to find out what effects this will have on their babies after they're born. The study is looking to recruit women in their first trimester of pregnancy in Latin America and the Caribbean, where Zika is prevalent. Dr. Cash says this is what she asks and tells her patients.
Have they traveled outside of the country to those disease-infected areas, or has their partner traveled to those areas? It is not transmitted by just regular day-to-day contact, mostly from mosquitoes, and then also sexual transmission with someone who is infected with the virus.
Now, says Dr. Cash, recommendations in the U.S. are that even those that are asymptomatic patients can go through an extensive testing process.
We're looking at serum, which is blood, and then also at urine testing for evaluation. That information then goes to the CDC.
Dr. Cash explains tests are for patients who think they had an exposure or are presenting with symptoms.
So that we're not over-testing and creating a mass hysteria, which is it's kind of the concern, so that we can take care of the patients that actually have a reasonable risk of exposure, but also kind of assuaging some of those concerns that the general public has.
Reporting in Sarasota, Alex Redmond, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Alex. Now we'll head over to Bob to get a check on our weather, which is becoming more and more muggy.
Yeah, we're starting to see these clouds building today. This was earlier today near the North Jetty. Cindy Desmond sending that one in. And now skies have clouded up, and there have been some showers around as a result of the moisture coming back our way. And it's all kind of working from the southeast to the northwest right now. Some of the showers have been heavy at times, but not producing a lot of lightning at this point. I think we'll start to see more and more of that as we head into the weekend. But right now, one cell in particular producing some lightning strikes there near Mayaca City and also near Arcadia. A couple of showers just east of I-75 now. One near the Manatee River, and also one just to the southeast of Parrish, pushing to the west. So this one now near Mayaca City. There's that lone strike that occurred just about 5 minutes ago. And Arcadia getting a pretty good rain right now near State Road 70 in Arcadia. Currently at the airport, although clouds are around, the showers have ended. The dew point's still pretty high at 74 degrees, so that's way back up there, 10 degrees warmer than it was yesterday. This morning's low, right at the average. 90 was the high, 1 degree shy, or 1 degree above the average of 89 degrees. 3/4 of an inch of rainfall at the Sarasota Bradian Airport, with a brief shower right around the 3 o'clock hour, and the monthly total now we're nearly an inch above average. Statewide temperatures into the 90s where it's not raining now. 92 degrees in Tallahassee. It's 90 in Orlando. 84, though it's cooled down a bit at the Sarasota Bradian Airport, but still pretty warm in Northport at 88, Bradenton at 86 degrees, Lakewood Ranch at 85 and 86 now in Inglewood, and 86 degrees as well now into Arcadia. 75 for the low tonight in Venice. These are all pretty typical for this time of year, so we're losing that dry air, and we're going to get back to the summer-like patterns. These are Thursday low temperatures. This morning's lows were pretty similar to that. As far as the future RPM forecast model goes, we are looking at evening showers passing on. Then tomorrow they'll be back along that sea breeze front. Showers and thunderstorms scattered about. The heaviest activity down to the south as that dry air slowly retreats. And then for Friday, similar conditions building in the afternoon and evening on that south to southeasterly wind component, with showers working their way toward the coast once the sea breeze breaks down. Temperatures around the U.S., it's 89 in New York, 77 though in Columbus, Detroit at 85, and 97 in St. Louis at this hour, and 100 into Wichita. So the heat is kind of spreading eastward now. Oklahoma City at 94. And 96 in Dallas. Macon checking in at 95 degrees. Well, for tides, the low tide will be at 10:07 tonight and a high tide at 4:20, and then another low tide coming in at 8:35. Now, sunset will be at 8:28, sunrise will be at 6:37. The forecast for boaters will stay relatively quiet and calm through the weekend. We'll have southeast winds. They'll turn to the west in the afternoon at 5 knots, and seas will be generally less than 2 feet with a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature very warm, 86 degrees, and the UV index will be a 10, and it feels like temperature will be around 99, but the actual temperature near 89. Evening showers are possible, and then partly cloudy after midnight. It will be warmer, mid-70s for low temperatures, upper 70s near the beaches. And then for tomorrow, look for more of the same, mainly afternoon showers and storms. We'll have partly cloudy skies, northeasterly winds. We'll switch around to a westerly flow late in the day. That'll be the sea breeze kicking in, a high near 90, which is fairly typical for this time of year. The extended forecast looks like this as we take you through time. Expect a good chance for showers and thunderstorms right through the weekend, and temperatures staying close to seasonal averages with lows into the mid-70s and highs into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. We have an update on the Fruitville Road closure. Sarasota Sheriff's deputies say the westbound and eastbound lanes east of I-75 are now back open. Earlier today, a vehicle hit a power line in that area and caught fire. The driver was not hurt, but traffic was still backed up, and it's been so for a while.
Nissan is recalling 60,000 Infiniti luxury sedans worldwide because the electronic steering can malfunction. The recall covers certain Q50 gas and hybrid cars from the 2014 and 15 model years. The company says a combination of low battery voltage and the parking the cars with the wheels turned can confuse the steering control computer. That can change steering responsiveness and the turning radius, as well as cause the steering wheel to be off center. Owners will see a dashboard warning light if this issue happens, but if it's ignored, Nissan says it could increase the risk of a crash. Just in time for summer reading, electronic book readers are getting a credit to the tune of $400 million. The money is part of an antitrust lawsuit against the nation's largest publishing companies. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and Apple are being accused of participating in an e-book price-fixing scheme. If you bought an electronic book from any of these sellers between April of 2010 and May of 2012, you're now eligible for a refund. Buyers will see a credit in their e-bookstore account or get a check in the mail.
Pillsbury is giving us a way to handle our Girl Scout cookie cravings all year long. The Girl Scouts are teaming up with Pillsbury to offer Girl Scout cookie baking mixes. These mixes include caramel and coconut cupcake mix, thin mint brownie and cupcake mix, and caramel and coconut blondie mix. You can get the mixes for just $3.29, which is actually cheaper than the cookies.
I'm wondering if this is going to hurt their sales.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to buy these mixes, but then I want to support the Girl Scouts who are selling the cookies.
It's smart that it's not the cookies. I mean, it's cupcakes and brownies, so you're
I'm
not
guessing
quite
that's
getting
why they
what
did that.
sell.
Yeah, so you can enjoy both.
Kind of a tease.
I think it is, yeah. Entertainment news is next.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
Powerboat P1, P1 Marine Foundation, and Suncoast Charities for Children invite you to Share the Beach. In an effort to protect local wildlife during Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival, beachgoers should wait until sunrise to set up on the beach race weekend due to turtle nesting. And if you see a manatee, give them the right-of-way and don't touch them. Together, we can all enjoy the races and share the beach.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150, Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on-site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Did you know? Many dogs are returned to shelters simply because they lack obedience. Contact Canine Corral about various training programs. We train dogs and their owners. Canine Corral, where the love is.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sunnit Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
We're learning more now about the man who killed the voice singer Christina Grimmie.
Grimmie was shot after an Orlando concert on June 11th by Kevin Loibl. Loibl killed himself after shooting Grimmie. A man who describes himself as Loibl's only friend says he had developed a fixation on Grimmie within the last year. The friend says Loibl spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos of the singer and constantly monitored her social media accounts.
Actress Selma Blair is apologizing for her actions on a flight home from Cancun on Monday. TMZ reported Blair was crying and talking about an abusive man. During the flight, she was treated by nurses and then taken off on a stretcher when she landed at Los Angeles International Airport. The actress told Vanity Fair that she mixed alcohol with her medication, which caused her to black out, and make statements that she now regrets.
From Wonder Woman to Supergirl, Linda Carter has signed on to play the president on the show Supergirl. The 64-year-old beauty queen is best known for her role as the title character on the 1970s series Wonder Woman. Supergirl is moving to the CW this fall after CBS decided not to renew the series. It's set to premiere on October 10th.
Six-time Emmy winner Bryan Cranston is joining the Power Rangers. The Breaking Bad star just tweeted he will play the mighty Zordon in the movie, which comes out in March of 2017. After Cranston broke the news, the official Power Rangers Twitter account congratulated him. Elizabeth Banks, Naomi Scott, and R.J. Cyler are also starring in that movie.
Fans of Independence Day will not want to miss out on a special double feature happening at Regal Cinemas tomorrow. Hollywood 20 in Sarasota will be playing the original Independence Day at 5 p.m. And for anyone looking to catch up before the sequel, then you can be among the first to see the thrilling next chapter, Independence Day Resurgence in 3D. That movie starts at 8 o'clock. So like a double feature.
Yeah.
You don't remember the last one because it has been a while.
I know.
Catch up on that and then watch the new one.
Wow. That's a long time in the theater.
That's a long time in a movie theater, but it's so hot outside that not a bad alternative.
A lot of popcorn.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more news.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get America's best value, a new Grand Caravan for just $18,999 or a new Dodge Journey for just $16,999. Stop by today to shop the area's biggest selection of Ram trucks and save up to $8,000 on your new Ram. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.